Hello everybody, Kirk here with Space Pickle Designs, and today I'm coming at you with another tutorial here, and this one is using the GGC treasure bag in Elegant, and I'm going to call this one Mystical Moonlight Elegant, I think. You'll see it in the title, but I really love this one because it was simple, but there's also some really fun texture here with what we did with the chain and some drops. And so if you'd like to know how to make this necklace, then just keep on watching. Let's go over the supplies you'll need for this necklace. 25 pieces of the crystal drops from the bag, 25 pieces of small silver beads. These are like they kind of look like fire polish beads. 2 crimp tubes, and these are Softlex crimp tubes, the best ones. 2 bead bugs here, 1 lobster claw clasp, 1 stainless steel jump ring, 3 of the crystals from this bag, 2 pieces of 5.5-inch chain here from the bag, 9 head pins, and if you shop at Bargain Bead Box or Bead Box Bargains, this is the number for those. I have a 12-inch piece of black onyx Softlex, and then I have 3 pieces of 15 links of chain here from the box, and it has to be 15 links, so 3 pieces of those. And if you are a screenshot person, then here is your screenshot for supplies. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to make the chain components. This is the most complicated part of the entire piece, and it's not complicated. It's just more time consuming. And so what we're going to do is take our pliers out. We are going to put our crystal drop in one of the silver beads, and we can go ahead and do that for every single head pin here. So we're taking 3 head pins, 3 crystal drops, and 3 silver beads per chain component. So this is what we have. And I'll go ahead and move this stuff out of the way. We're going to focus on one component. We're just going to do simple loops. And if you're using stainless steel head pins, it's probably going to be a little bit of a struggle just because they're usually pretty strong. And I want to make a really, really small loop. So I'm not even taking a finger's width here. But that's because I also have the Bead-A-Lon fine or slimline pliers, and I'm going to use pretty much the very, very edge to turn a loop on these. And again, they're super strong because they are stainless steel. I just wanted the metal tone to match. And so here's your loop, and I kind of like wiggle it in close as possible before I hook it on to the chain. We're going to do that 2 more times. Again, just a simple loop here. And I'm actually really loving these Bead-A-Lon slimline pliers. They haven't replaced my Xeron or anything like that, but I do like the round nose pliers from them. They're a little harder to use on something this strong. With craft wire, it's really good. But these, you'll see that the pliers start to bend over one another. But it does pretty well. Okay, last one here. Always cover those little shards from your head pins, especially if you're not wearing glasses. All right, so we have really, really tiny loops here, which is perfect. It's exactly what you want. And a good little tip or trick here is just make sure that, especially if you're using the stainless steel head pins, make sure your loops are good to go and that the metal is touching metal before you go ahead and try to do this on your jump ring. So what I want to do now is take a head pin, just a spare head pin, let your chain hang, and then put the end on. So you find your middle link here. And I see it right there. So you start with your middle one because it helps provide weight to your piece. So you find your middle link. And you would just attach your drop to the middle link. And these links are pretty small. Here we go. You close it up, and here's what we're looking like. So I like to take it off the jump ring to let it hang natural. The reason, like, it's very specific to 15 links because of how the chains kind of lay. And so this is what we have. The next area that we are going to put links on is, so it's hanging from the middle. We're gonna skip the next two, and then we're going to go into these two right here, if you can see that. So I kind of like to just keep it on a spare jump ring. I like to lay it out, you see that? And then we can just do what we need to do here. Makes it a little bit easier. The head pin makes so much difference because trying to do it like without having it laid out like that is kind of difficult. All right, so we have that. All right, we have one more. We pick up our head pin with our stuff on it. I'm gonna switch sides here. All right. Just take your time, concentrate. And so here we go with our chain component. So what you want to do is do this 3 times, and I'll meet you back. So you have your most difficult portion done here. This is going to work up really, really quick. And so what I want to do is take our soft flex here, and we are going to work from the middle out. It's just kind of what I wanted to do with this one. So we're going to take one of those crystal beads, and then on each side, we are going to take one of the small silver beads. And so this is what you should have. All right. What we're going to do is then take a chain section. We feed it on one side. It can come around, hang naturally, and then you kind of want to feed the next section through on the other side. So you lay it down. If you see if your chain is crooked or not, you can kind of readjust, because we want these to hang very natural. So you don't want any flipping, any of that business. Okay, so this one looks good. From what we're gonna do here, to make it a little bit easier on ourselves, we are going to take another chain section, small silver bead, crystal, small silver bead, and then we are going to take the other part of our chain, feed it through right there, and again our chain section. This will be our last one. Sorry, a small crystal bead, crystal, And then a small crystal bead, and then the other side of the chain. And so this is our focal. You want to pull it down to the middle. You'll take a look at it. Make sure that she's hanging right, because after this you can't really, you know, fix it if you're gonna. So I think this one actually is a little bit twirled. This last little chain here, which is fine, we can fix it. So what I like to do is kind of let it hang and then feed the soft flex through again. And that looks much better. All right, so this is our focal. So you have your focal section on that we just put on. Ignore the side, I've already done this side for us. And so what we're gonna do here, I'll show you the pattern. It's just gonna mirror, and what I'm gonna do is take a drop with fat side down, a small silver bead, crystal drop with skinny side down, crystal drop with fat side down, small silver bead, crystal drop with skinny side down, crystal drop with fat side down, small silver bead, crystal drop with skinny side down, crystal drop with fat side down, small silver bead, crystal drop with skinny side down, and then small silver bead. I'm gonna bring that down. This is what she's looking like. This is our pattern here. I love the black onyx soft flex in that. It just gives it that like silvery, like mystic moonlight. That's what I'm gonna call this necklace. I think the mystic moonlight elegant necklace. And so what we do here, so you could see I took 12 inches of soft flex. You could probably use 10 and you'd be fine. But I kind of like the leverage of having a little bit more, and I always save my scraps. So what I'm gonna do is put on a little crimp tube. Sorry, I'm a little up there. A little crimp tube, bring it down. I am going to feed on one of my 5.5 inch pieces of chain. We go down through at least 2 or 3 beads here. You don't have to by any means, but I like to. I like it. I feel like it makes the crimp look better. That's really the only reason why I do it. And so then I try to mirror, make sure there's like no slack in your piece, right? I love this necklace. It's so pretty and sparkly. So we want to make sure there's, you know, get it right. So then I'm going to take my magical crimpers. If you don't want to do that, leave a little bit of extra room. Use your regular crimpers and then put some crimp covers on there. I like this one because it's sterling silver. If it tarnishes, you can just polish it right back up. And it creates a little teeny little bead. And you just kind of spin it around until you're not feeling anything. And so here's our little bead. This one is honestly not the best. Let's see if I can get it cleaned up a little bit. I'm gonna take my little nippers here. You gotta be very, very careful because there's like one little lip of excess crimp tube material. Right? These are my fine nibs here. Right. So I just took a little piece of that crimp tube. And then here we go. It looks okay. It's not the best. I'm going to take my soft flex here, cut off the tail, and then we have our piece. We have our piece here, and all we need to do is add our findings. And I'm just going to see if this lobster is going to look right, just being connected to the chain. See how it feels? Yeah, it feels good. And then I take this is probably a 10-inch jump ring. I would probably use an 8. And so I'll take that on here. And this is where we attach our lobster. And let's see if it can attach to any of the other. I remember back in the day when I was like a kid, right? I would put the lobster through different parts of the chain, and that still works on this one, so we're good to go. All right, let me make sure that this jump ring is nice and closed. It looked a little off. Here we go. And so, get this. My dexterity isn't the best, but here we go. We'll take out our ruler here. And I was hoping for at least, yeah, this is a 22-inch necklace here, which is perfect. You can make it to your length though. Here's our necklace. The Mystic Moonlight Elegant necklace using GGC treasure bag in Elegance. And let's get this laid out so we can really see what she looks like. Here's our beautiful necklace, and it's pretty simple, but it like packs a lot of sparkle and shine without being over the top. I think this would look well with like jeans, or also just like a nice like black turtleneck, just something that it just kind of like catches the light. And so I really loved this project. So let me know down below in the comments if you would wear this, what you would change about it if you could. If you liked it or disliked it, please hit that like or dislike button. And I hope everybody is staying safe and well and warm. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.